You've probably seen an app crash with a message that makes no sense, or opened a spreadsheet where a total just says error, or got an email addressed to Dear First. All three of those failures have something in common, and it's a single value that exists in almost every database ever built. It's called null, and it's not a number. It's not zero. It's not an empty string. It's the database's way of saying, I don't know. That sounds harmless. It isn't. Imagine you're a judge, and someone hands you a set of scales. On the left side, you place a stone that weighs 1 kilogram. On the right side, you place a box, but you don't know what's inside. Is the left side heavier? You don't know. Is the right side heavier? You don't know. Are they equal? You still don't know. Every question you ask about that box has the same answer: unknown. That's what null does to a database. The moment null enters a calculation, the result becomes null. Add null to any number, null. Multiply null by 0, null. Concatenate null with any string, null. The unknown swallows everything it touches, and here's where it gets dangerous. Most databases have a feature called a not null check. You ask, show me every row where the discount is not null. The database scans your table and returns every row where the discount has a value. Seems fine, but here's the trap. Null is not equal to null. Say that again slowly. Null is not equal to null. When a database compares null to anything, even to itself, the answer isn't yes or no. The answer is unknown. So when you ask for every row where discount is not null, the database skips the nulls correctly. But when you write a condition like, where discount 0, the rows with null don't appear either. Not because the discount is 0, because the comparison returned unknown, not false, and unknown rows are silently excluded. Your query ran. No errors, no warnings. You just didn't get the data you were looking for. This is why null is so dangerous. It doesn't break loudly. It fails quietly, invisibly, and it looks exactly like success. Think about what that means in the real world. A hospital database tracks whether a patient has a known drug allergy. Null doesn't mean no allergies. It means we don't know. But a query filtering for no allergies might silently include null patients too, because null is not equal to yes, so the filter passes them through. A financial system calculates total revenue from a set of transactions. One transaction has a null amount. Data was never entered. The sum function ignores it. No error is thrown. The report shows a total that is quietly, precisely wrong. An e-commerce platform counts active users. Some accounts have a null status, created but never completed. The query for status can be inactive, returns them as active. Your metrics are inflated. You don't know by how much. Every database you have ever used almost certainly has null values in it right now. Some of them are intentional, genuinely unknown data. Some of them are accidents, missing entries that were never caught. And some of them are silently distorting results that someone trusts. So what do you do about it? The first step is the simplest. Use not null constraints aggressively. When you design a table, ask yourself, is it truly possible for this column to have no value? If the answer is no, enforce it. Make the database reject any attempt to leave it empty. Don't leave the door open and hope nobody walks through it. The second step is to use default values. Instead of allowing null when a user skips a field, store a sensible default: 0 for a counter, an empty string for optional text, a known status for a new account. A known value, even an imperfect one, is almost always safer than an unknown one. The third step is to handle null explicitly in your queries. Don't write where column disconnects value and assume that covers null. Use is_null and is_not_null. Use coalesce to substitute a fallback when null appears. Treat null like the slippery, logic-bending exception it is, not like a value you can compare normally. Null exists because the real world is genuinely uncertain. Sometimes you don't know a patient's weight. Sometimes a delivery date hasn't been set yet. The concept isn't wrong. The danger is in forgetting it's there, because NULL doesn't announce itself. It sits quietly in your table. It passes through your queries unnoticed, and it surfaces weeks later as a number that doesn't add up, a report that doesn't match, or a bug nobody can reproduce. The most dangerous value in any database isn't a bad number. It's the absence of one, and the false confidence that everything is fine.